So hello, St. Ann Parish. John Schmidt, Co-Director of Disciple Formation, subbing in for Father Tom here for the weekly Quick Things. He's out on vacation, so he asked myself and Leanne, the other Co-Director of Disciple Formation, to do our little weekly Quick Things spot. Moving right on to the announcements for our time of Quick Things. Want to encourage myself, actually, personally. Next week begins our week of service for the summer of middle school youth. Just 2 weeks ago, we traveled back from Mission, South Dakota to and from Mission, South Dakota with 9 youth and adults for that experience. Just last week was our experience of work camp here in the Wausau community. We had 2 youth of our parish sign on and participate with our Catholic friends from St. Peter's Parish, Mendota, Minnesota. And then next week, it's 1 week after the other with a break in between, is our middle school service week we call Neighborhood Catholics in Service, WASA, aka NCIS for short. Open to youth, middle school age, grades 6, 7, 8, and just a great time of doing work and service experiences and learning all about the elements of Catholic social teaching here in our community of Wausau. All the information is right there on the parish website. Feel free to sign on for that. Youth and adults, here's your chance. Second piece is our golf outing is coming up August 25th. So information is available on the parish website or the entrances here at church for that experience of fun at Pine Valley Golf Course over in the Marathon City area. Come one, come all. Come one of all skills, come all of all skills, whatever you may be in that spectrum. By all means, feel free to jump in for that experience as well. And then finally, just other announcement elements is that we are shifting into the next month of August, and that calls for our Share Sunday experiences for the first 2 Sundays of the month. And Bridge Street Mission, we have our 2 locations that St. Anne's is in the middle of. Bridge Street, where they serve Bridge Street Mission location, right by the Mission Grounds coffee drive-through spot, kitty corner to Walgreens. That's where they have their meal program and addiction recovery groups and such as that. But then there's also the Bridge Street Mission living facility right adjacent to Newman Catholic High School, middle school. And so for all the information is in the parish bulletin, explain what are the needs and the list of items that the Bridge Street Mission is looking to collect. So many hands make light work in coming together for our Share Sunday experience. St. Ann Parish, you've been great in responding to these needs and the different organizations that we work with. Here's the chance to step it up and make an impact for the Bridge Street Mission. This is one of the first times that we are collecting items for them as a parish. So just ask that we all step forward to represent well and help in partnership with their ministries as well. Finally, in the terms of the announcement section here of the Quick Things for the week, and I promise you this is quick, is that myself and Leanne Lella, the 2 co-directors of Disciple Formation, this is a time where we shift into high gear of making sure we have the right personnel and people in place for the Forming Young Disciples program of the parish, aka Faith Formation on Wednesday evenings for grades kindergarten through grade 10, including confirmation preparation, etc. So it's that time of year that we make that all call for parishioners, young and old, of any age, of any experience, to step forward as catechists / core team mentors for our elementary, middle school, and high school formation program. The short of it all is no experience necessary, no major degree required other than a heart of faith that you want to share with others. Even then, too, is that we're always able to work out kind of a job share. If the commitment of time becomes a trick for you, we can certainly work with you on that and how we can share a rotation between yourself and any other volunteers as well. That said, we have a little interview here with some of our young people of the parish with Leanne that I wanted to introduce to you and take it over and for you to learn more about what it means to be a catechist and actually from those two youth, their witness and their experience of what it's been like to be mentored by their catechists over the past time. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
So it's that time of the year, obviously, where I know I'm going to say a word that you two both probably don't want to hear. It's a time of that year that school is going to be starting soon. Hard to believe, right? School, I know. But as we look toward August, we look toward our year of formation beginning officially. And so part of that is looking for volunteers. And I know there are some amazing people who are watching this who might have been thinking or praying about becoming a volunteer catechist. It's not scary, let me assure you. There's a wide variety of opportunities. In fact, to talk a little bit more about it, I have with me today Billy Reif and Landon Edwards. So I would like you, first of all, to just say hello and let me know what grade you are currently in.
Going into third.
I'm going into third.
So that means there are resident experts because third graders, they have the knowledge. So I've asked the two of them to be with me today because I think from a child's perspective, it's always good to hear about what happens in the classroom. Sometimes adults have a lot of nervousness about being a catechist. And these two wonderful children are just two of many children that we have here in formation at St. Anne. So the first question I really wanted them to think about is, they were both in second grade last year, which is a great year to be in. They're preparing for their sacraments, very, very fun. We have a wonderful team working with them. Billy, do you remember what are the names of your teachers from last year?
Ashley and Melanie.
Very good. Yes, Miss Ashley and Miss Melanie, you are awesome. And I would like you both to think back about your favorite memory from second grade faith formation. So on Wednesday nights, we do a lot of different things. So I want you to think about your favorite memory, and if you would share that right now, and we'll start with Landon, since we started with Billy before.
Going outside.
You like to go outside?
Yeah.
So do you like to enjoy all of God's creation?
I just like it outside because it feels nice and there's fresh air.
That sounds fantastic, Landon. I'm right there with you. Billy, what is your favorite memory from last year?
When we played games and learned about the games.
Oh, so you learned some things about Jesus through the games? Very, very cool. That's a great way to learn. So you might be thinking, well, gosh, I don't know if I'd be able to make up games and things like that. No worries. We have resources all set. So super easy to do things. So the other thing I asked Landon and Billy to think about was one thing, reflecting back upon last year as second graders, what is something they would like to tell Miss Melanie and Miss Ashley, their teachers, from last year? And let's start with Billy, since we started the other way before.
Hope they do it next year.
You hope they do it next year. And they wouldn't even be your teachers, but you hope they do it next year. That's fantastic. So did you have a good year with Miss Ashley and Miss Melanie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Landon, what would you like to tell Miss Ashley and Miss Melanie?
I'd tell Ashley thank you, and I would tell Melanie, can you teach me more art?
That sounds fantastic. And Landon brings up such a great point. Part of being a catechist or a volunteer is, of course, using the resources that we help provide to you, but you take your own individual flair and gifts and add things. So Miss Melanie is great at projects and things, and she weaves that then into her classroom as well. So the last thing I asked the children to think about was, I know there are some of you out there that might, again, still be a little bit nervous. But it's really a wonderful opportunity. I can say, working in this ministry for almost 30 years, there's never a day when I don't come out filled with joy because of children. And hearing children pray and be honest, they just have this innate connection to God. So the last question I asked them to think about was, all of you who are out there watching this, what advice would they give you? If you're thinking about becoming a catechist, you're praying about becoming a catechist, I'm fully convicted that this is a vocation, it's a call. So not the call from me or the call from anyone else, but the call from God. And so really taking this to prayer, very intentional about praying about it. But I think both children have a little piece of advice they would like to give to you if you're thinking about being a catechist.
We always do like fun things, and the teachers are always so nice, and it's really easy to do it.
It's really easy. So like they should just say yes, right? If the Holy Spirit is calling them to teach, what should they say, Landon?
Yes.
They should say yes. So you heard it from the mouths of the children. It is very easy to do. And again, doing this for 30 years, I will tell you, children at any age are going to remember the person of the catechist, the person who is there. We help you with the informational piece, we help you with all the background, but they remember the people who are there, who walk the journey with them, who help share their faith in Jesus. So we just ask you that you prayerfully consider this call. If you're interested in grades kindergarten through 5th grade, I am your contact, and you might just have these 2 wonderful children or other wonderful children in your class. Thanks.